Over the last month, we at Open Studio have put out a call to other music students who saw their end-of-year projects or performances sidelined. We wanted to make sure they still have an audience, so we present a group of them to you now.
The coronavirus affected my life a lot. I had to cancel 14 gigs, and it delayed the release of my album, but I believe that we're gonna come out.
Way of making income is performing and gigging, and I take care of my wife and my daughter on that money, and I've lost all of my gigs in April. I've lost many of my gigs in May, and many summer opportunities and music festivals and events that I was supposed to do, all because of this. So this has really devastated us, and we are trying our best to make it through. That's when he said one more day, one more step. I'm preparing you for myself. And when you can't hear my voice, please trust my plan. I'm the Lord I see, and yes, I understand.
My name is EduArdo Omondi. I'm an Afro-pop R&B artist, and I had about 9 shows canceled over the next couple of weeks due to the COVID-19 pandemic. And I just want to give a shout of encouragement out to all the creatives out there that despite where you are, you can still keep creating. So stay home, be safe, but keep creating.
So fussy. I didn't mean to end this life, I know it wasn't right. I can do the sleeping, I can get it off my mind. I need to get out of sight before I end up behind bars. What started out as a simple altercation turned into a real sticky situation. Me just thinking of the time that I'm facing makes me wanna cry.